This diagram is a train grid. It is intended to show the location of trains along a rail line and is used as an aid to scheduling. On this grid, time runs from morning on the left through the day to evening and night on the right. Locations are shown with Chicago at the top and South Bend at the bottom, while grids can be drawn based on connecting a straight line between stops on a published schedule. This grid uses the expected speed of the train along each segment of track to provide an estimate of where a train should be at any given time. Adjustments are made to make sure that trains do not depart a station before the scheduled time. As we move through the day, each train is plotted on the grid. The rail line on this grid reflects the Lakeshore Corridor of the South Shore Line. The northern portion is 4 tracks owned by Metra. Ownership changes at Kensington, where the line is 2 tracks until it reaches Michigan City. Trains moving in opposite directions can easily pass where there are 2 or more tracks, areas shaded gray on the grid. The eastern portion of the line from Michigan City to South Bend is a single track. Opposing trains must be carefully scheduled. There are 2 passing segments labeled Bircham and Olive. The track near Dune Park is shaded in pink. While there are 2 tracks at Dune Park, there is only one high-level platform. The South Shore prefers to stop at the high platform. 2 trains cannot be at Dune Park at the same time. The line drawn for train 312 reflects a train that is running slower on Metra as it approaches the time planned for the train to enter Millennium Station. On March 31, 2026, the South Shore began offering passenger service on a new 8-mile-long extension called the Monon Corridor. 12 trains per day travel between the Munster-Dyer station at the south end of the corridor into Chicago. During off-peak times, shuttle trains on the Monon Corridor are scheduled to meet trains on the Lakeshore Corridor. Most of the transfers are set to be 14 or 15 minutes. Longer transfers will be discussed in a moment. Passengers transferring between the Monon and Lakeshore corridors must walk between the Monon platform on the upper level and the Lakeshore platform on the lower level of Hammond Gateway Station. The transfer time is adequate to allow passengers to comfortably walk the ramps connecting the station, or to use the stairs or elevator provided and board the second train on their journey. Monon Corridor shuttle trains run until the last Lakeshore Corridor train arrives at Hammond Gateway, allowing passengers on the South Shore's last train to make it to Munster-Dyer and other corridor stations. And now more information on the longer transfer times. Shuttle trains begin after the morning peak. Monon trains 11:20, 10:22, and 11:22 are timed to have 14-minute transfers to Lakeshore trains 120, 22, and 122, respectively. Due to the spacing of trains on the Lakeshore Corridor, the transfer times between Lakeshore 105 and Monon 1105 and between Lakeshore 109 and Monon 1109 are extended. Scheduling shuttles that would provide 15-minute transfers for the eastbound trains would lead to 2 trains being in the same place at the same time on a single track. The trains are scheduled to give the shorter connection time for passengers headed into Chicago. Most of the early afternoon shuttles follow the 14 to 15-minute timing. The longest transfer time of the day is Monon 1126 transferring to Lakeshore 126. Theoretically, a second shuttle could be added to provide a 15-minute transfer, but that would require a second train set and crew for a single run. The final set of shuttles is in the evening. The limited number of Lakeshore Corridor trains are met by Monon shuttles. If the schedules were adjusted to provide a 14-minute connection between Monon 1032 and Lakeshore 32, and a 15-minute connection between Lakeshore 133 and Monon 1133, there would not be enough time to turn the trains. The schedule provides a minimum of 15 minutes for the crew to change ends of the train, clear out passengers, and prepare for the next move. This includes setting up the train controls, including positive train control. This sample schedule shows an alternative way of scheduling the shuttles. Instead of basing the shuttles on the timing of trains on the Lakeshore Corridor, shuttles run in a continuous loop. Each trip between Munster-Dyer and Hammond Gateway is 15 minutes, and it takes 15 minutes to turn the train at each end of the runs, providing hourly service. The hourly service leads to abandoning the goal of 14 to 15-minute transfers. Transfer times shown here are as long as an hour. Hourly shuttles in the evening lead to even longer transfers between trains with near misses, as the Monon train leaves close to the time of the Lakeshore train's arrival, with not enough time for passengers to make the connection. Reducing the 4 evening shuttles shown from 4 loops to 3 provides better transfer connections, effectively the schedule the South Shore chose to implement. For the final 2 loops, I have extended the dwell time at the Hammond Gateway station, allowing 15 minutes for northbound passengers on the Monon trains to transfer to the last trains headed east, then 15 minutes for any passengers transferring from Lakeshore 35 or 101 to board a shuttle south to Munster-Dyer. I hope you have enjoyed this look at the train grids and can see some of the challenges schedulers face when planning train service. Note the meet between train 301 from Chicago and 308 to Chicago at the siding south of South Hammond Station. Note the meet between train 305 from Chicago and 312 to Chicago at the siding south of South Hammond Station. Not shown in this video is how South Shore trains fit in around Metra trains north of Kensington, where train times need to be approved by Metra. Thank you for watching.